Good evening, Singapore, and to all our viewers across the globe. Greetings to you, our friends, partners, and supporters. Hope you are keeping safe and keeping well. And with the new lunar year of the ox just around the corner, here's wishing all happiness, cheerfulness, and success in the coming year. Welcome to Bayanihan Talks webinar series. I am Minerva Lau, the Honorary Treasurer of the Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore and the host for tonight. Join me as we discuss and learn more about the OFW benefits from Social Security System, or SSS, and Home Development Mutual Fund, HDMF, more popularly known as the Pag Ibig Fund. With Ms. Lucille Blesilda Simbol and Mr. Christian John Oliveros, their respective representatives in Singapore. Before we proceed, please allow me to introduce our Bayanihan Society here and give you a glimpse of who we are and what we do. Please watch the video.
On behalf of the board of the Philippine Bayanihan Society in Singapore, I welcome you to the Bayanihan Center. The Bayanihan Center has opened its doors to support the educational, social and cultural needs of Filipinos and others in Singapore. Thanks to the strong partnership between the Government of the Philippines and Singapore and the initiative of our founding President, Ms. Jenny Chua, and Vice President, Mr. Ning de Guzman. Since its establishment in 2001, more than 13,500 people have undergone skills training at the Bayanihan Center. But the Bayanihan Center is located at 43 Pasir Panjang Road. It provides classrooms, facilities and support for volunteers and community groups to conduct various short-term courses including basic and advanced computer training, nursing aid, hotel and restaurant management, dressmaking, caregiving, cooking, and baking and cosmetology. To foster the socio-cultural ties between Filipinos and Singaporeans, we also organize the Bayanihan Walk. It is an annual event to bring together people from all across sectors of Singapore in a fun walkathon to promote integration of Filipinos with the Singaporean community. Tara na mak, Bayanihan Center na.
I hope everyone now has a better understanding of what the PBSS is and what it does. Please do approach us for any training or skill ideas that you may have and contact our Bayanihan Center officers, Cecil and Mindy, for any inquiry. Before we go on, let me now call and introduce our guest moderator for tonight. We do have a guest moderator, Attorney Jemeline Tombok, who's a finance and energy lawyer at Sidley Austin. She is a lawyer specializing in finance and energy in its Singapore office. Attorney Tombok is also Singapore representative and co-chair for the Harvard Law School's recent graduate network and the Harvard Law School Women's Association. She is co-chair of the Energy and Natural Resources Committee of the Inter-Pacific Bar Association. She received her law degrees from Harvard Law School and the University of the Philippines. So she is indeed very impressive, and we are privileged to have her as guesting tonight. May I now call upon Attorney Jemeline Tombok, please. Attorney?
Hello. Hi, good evening. I'm Jemeline. Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. However, the stars of the show and the meat of this program is, of course, our SSS and Pag Ibig representatives, and I have the honor of introducing them. So what we'll do for this program is first we'll have Lucille share about SSS, and then we'll have Christian share about Pag Ibig. And then at the end, we'll open the floor for questions. And if possible, para po hindi matabunan yung mga tanong, dun po sa end natin, pag Q&A, saka na po natin i-type yung mga questions natin para they will pop out and we can ask them immediately. So our first speaker is Miss Lucille Blesilda Simbol. She graduated from the University of the Philippines with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Business Management. From 2003 to 2015, she was in the SSS branch operations in Tarlac, Aurora, and Pangasinan. And in 2015, she was assigned to the SSS Hong Kong as a foreign representative one. Currently, since 2018, she has been region head for SSS Asia operations. Please welcome Ms. Lucille Simbol, our SSS representative.
Good evening, Attorney Jime. Good evening to all our participants and listeners here in the Bayanihan Talks webinar series. I'm so happy na we got invited po to share sa ating mga kababayan ang ating mga membership, privileges, benefits, and online registration. So we would like to start already that seminar, or visible po yung screen natin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So, ang i-discuss ko po ngayong gabi ay paano maging miyembro ng SSS, benefits na makukuha sa pagiging SSS, and paano i-navigate yung website ng member account registration. No? So, this is for the benefit of our kababayan for easier access to SSS benefits. So, to start with, ano nga ba ang SSS? No? Ito ay tinayo ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas noong 1950s pa para matugunan yung, it is the protection that society gives its members against economic and social distresses caused by contingencies such as sickness, maternity, disability, retirement, death, funeral, and unemployment benefits. So lahat po ito natatamasa ng isang SSS member. Sa kasalukuyan, who are covered by the SSS, no? Sa Pilipinas, all private sector workers na not more than 60 years old at sumasahod ng 3,000 pesos pataas, lahat sila obligado na ipagbayad ng SSS ng kanilang mga employer. Now, yung ibang compulsory covered members ay yung mga self-employed at mga overseas Filipino workers, katulad ng mga kababayan natin na nandito sa Singapore. Yung voluntary members naman ay separated employees at saka non-working spouse. So, paano po ba kumuha ng SSS membership? No? For first-time applicants, yung wala pa pong SSS number, no need na pumunta sa office natin at mag-fill up ng form dahil online na ang pagpa-file ng SSS number. So, pupunta lamang po sa website ng Social Security System, which is www.sss.gov.ph. Tapos dito sa right side, makikita nyo po yung no SSS number yet, apply online. So ititik lang po yan at fill upan na yung mga details na hinihingi. And you will be issued an SSS number. Yung pag nakuha na po ng member yung SSS number niya, pwede na pumunta sa mga remittance companies para magbayad. Yung rate naman na babayaran, nakapaskil po siya. We have given yung mga remittance companies sa Lucky Plaza ng list ng rates that the OFW may choose from. So for those naman who already have an SSS number, but maybe because of time, nakalimutan, no need to apply for a new SSS number. Kailangan lang mag-email sa amin dito sa email address na singapore@sss.gov.ph. Ipadala yung passport and valid ID of host country. Kunwari dito sa Singapore, ay ipapadala nila is IC. So we will locate your SSS number and send you the copy via email with also instructions on how to pay, and we also send copy of rates you can choose from. So this is also to help our kababayan na malesen yung travel nila to ask for assistance with SSS. We can do most of our transactions online na. So our next page is the new SSS rate. No, if you notice, effective April 2019, yung third column po, yan yung mga rates natin last year. So our minimum rate last year is 960 pesos, which is around 25 SGD. And our highest rate for last year is 2,400 pesos, which is around 65 SGD per month, no? Effective January this year, nag-increase na po tayo ng rate. So yung dating 960 pesos, naging 1,040 pesos na siya. It's an additional 80 pesos or around $2.50 na increase, no? So, and so on and so forth. So yung dun sa pinakamataas dati na rate, which is the 2,400 pesos, ang in-increase po niya ay additional 200 pesos, which is around $5. So, 2,650 pesos na yung pinakamataas na rate. Effective January of this year also, SSS opened a new benefit, which is the SSS Provident Fund, or yung tinatawag namin na WISP. So, for a minimum of additional 65 pesos, an SSS member can be a Provident Fund member as well. No? So, SSS members na nagbabayad sa Provident Fund will have two pensions in the future. So, dalawa yung magiging savings nila. One under their regular SSS contributions, and the other is for their SSS Provident Fund. So, yung next po na i-discuss ko are the benefits that an SSS member receives. No? Bakit nagbabayad yung isang SSS member? Ano ba yung nakukuha niya maliban sa retirement? So, ang pinakaunang benepisyo ay ang sickness benefit. No? At least 3 contributions paid prior to the semester of contingency. At it may be a home confinement or hospital confinement as long as na-issuehan yung member ng sick leave na minimum of 4 days, the member may claim for an SSS benefit. The maximum number of sickness benefit a member can claim for 1 year is 120 days. So if the member gets sick, kunwari 10 days this February, so the member can claim for sickness benefit. If the member gets sick again by March, no, kunwari 5 days, then the member can claim as long as they have the qualifying contributions. Another benefit that a member has is the maternity benefit. So ito, katulad siya ng sickness benefit, at least 3 months contributions lang prior to the semester of contingency. Under the maternity law, which affected March ng 2019, unlimited na yung maternity benefit that a member can claim for. Before kasi it was just for first 4 pregnancies. So ngayon, unlimited maternity claims na at saka 105 days for cesarean or normal delivery ang benefit. For miscarriage, 60 days, and for single parent, 120 days ang maternity benefit na pwedeng i-claim ng member. Our next benefit is the unemployment benefit. So this one, at least 36 months of contributions and actively paying for at least 12 months in the 18-month prior to the involuntary separation. So this means, kunwari yung member, meron siyang naihulog na 24 months noong 2015. Tapos nag-activate ng membership last year, nakapagbayad ng January to December na contributions. Tapos unfortunately, na separate involuntarily, na terminate from work due to retrenchment or COVID or downsizing this January, pwedeng mag-claim ng unemployment benefit yung member. The amount is equal to 1 month salary of the rate that they are paying the SSS. Another improvement for the SSS is that this claim is already online filing. So, hindi na mahihirapan yung member na maglakad ng paperwork na because they just have to go online, file their SSS online account, and then submit their documentations and enroll their Philippine bank account. The proceeds of the unemployment benefit will be credited to their Philippine bank account. And the next benefit is the retirement benefit. The retirement benefit, like the unemployment, is already online filing. No? This is also parang katugunan siya because our retiree applicants are 60 years old and above, and we really want them to be safe. We do not want them to travel to file for their benefits. Kaya ginawa na rin po siyang online filing na SSS effective last year. No? So a member has to have 120 minimum contributions, at least 60 years old yung member. And then they just have to enroll their Philippine bank account sa SSS online account nila and then file their retirement benefit. Another benefit we have is the disability. No? So yung disability is not required na actively paying yung member. The contributions may have been paid like years ago. And if the member gets sick now, pwede siyang mag-file ng disability benefit. If the member has 35 months contributions and below, or katulad nito, at least kahit na isang buwan lang na contributions, the member can still file for disability lump sum benefit. Now, if the member has 36 months na contributions, at yung kanyang sakit ay lingering, yung kunwari kailangan po ng maintenance like chemotherapy or yung sa kidney, so pwede po na maaprubahan yung kanyang benepisyo ng pension for a couple of years. So the next benefit we have is the funeral benefit. At least 1 month din po na contributions ang requirement lang dito, at ang pagpa-file ng funeral benefit ay online na rin po. Lastly is the death benefit. So for death benefit, members who paid at least 36 months below na contributions have lump sum benefit. And for those who paid 36 and above, it will be pension for their beneficiary. So, kunwari ang merong spouse, legal spouse yung member, pag namatay siya at more than 3 years siya naguhulog, lifetime na po yung pension noong kanyang spouse. If they have minor children below 21 years old, minimum of 5 children, magpe-pension din each child until they turn 21. This one, the member loans program, is a privilege for SSS member, no? So currently we have 2 loans program, the regular salary loan. So ang requirement is at least 36 months contribution, 6 of which should be posted in the last 12 months prior to month of filing. So pag first time maglo-loan, 1 month salary yung and maximum of 20,000 may be loan. Now, if the member has been paying for 6 years already of contributions, at nagbabayad doon sa maximum na rate, so the maximum loanable amount is 40,000 pesos. The interest rate is also low, it's just 10% per annum. So yung interest niya is like less than 1% per month lang, plus 1% na service charge. Now we have the Calamity Loan Assistance Program, which we call CLAP. No? This is bilang katugunan doon sa mga nasalanta ng calamity sa mga kababayan natin sa Pilipinas. So kahit na nandito yung miyembro, kunwari yung kanilang pamilya or yung kanilang bahay sa Pilipinas, is yung address is under the place na na-declare na calamity area, the OFW may file for the calamity loan. So dalawa po yung makafile niya, isang regular salary loan at saka isang calamity loan. At online filing na rin po ito. The proceeds of the loan will be credited to their enrolled bank account in their SSS online account. So ito po ay mas detailed na explanation ng WISP, or yung tinatawag natin na SSS Provident Fund. No? So who may apply for the WISP, Workers Incentive and Savings Program. No? Any SSS member who has no final claim, hindi pa siya nagpe-pension, contributions in the SSS program regular, and yung monthly salary credit ng member is 20,000 and above. So yung mga members, SSS members na nagbabayad sa 2,600 pesos na rate, ang pwedeng magbayad ng additional para sa WISP. So ano ang mga benepisyo na makukuha under ng WISP? They are entitled to retirement, total disability, and death benefit in addition to those provided by the regular SSS program. All claims under WISP shall be paid together. Sabay po. So, dalawa yung matatanggap na pension ng isang member. One under his regular SSS pension, and then another pension for his savings under the SSS Provident Fund. So, yung basis for the benefit is the member's total accumulated value, lahat po nung naipon niya, and the interest that the Provident Fund savings has earned. And basis for the benefit is the member's total accumulated value at the time of the approval of the claim. So, lahat po noong interest earnings ng Provident Fund ng member ay i-compute dun sa kanyang retirement age, kunwari 60 years old. And then it will be amortized for 15 years. So 15 years po na tatanggap ng retirement pension under ng SSS Provident Fund yung member. In the event of a pensioner's death, any remaining balance in the accumulated AV will be paid in lump sum to the eligible beneficiary. So it does not stop na yung member, kunwari yung member died. The benefit of the mandatory provident fund pension does not stop there. Yun pong balance of the 15 years will still be paid to the member's beneficiary. Tapos yung beneficiaries are the same beneficiaries under the member's regular SSS program. So kung married yung member, yung legal spouse po niya yung makakatanggap noong mandatory provident fund na pension. So our next presentation is where can I pay my SSS contributions? Dito po sa Singapore, sa Lucky Plaza ang accredited na mga remittance companies natin. So I would like to mention PNB, Metro Remit, I Remit, A-Express, Steadfast, Brunfield, Kabayan, and Ready Money. These remittance companies are also the remittance companies accredited by Pag Ibig for your Pag Ibig contributions din po. Our next presentation is a run-through lang po how to access your SSS online account, no? So, how to register and use the SSS online. You will see here if you type member.sss.gov.ph. Ito po yung website namin, no? So, for those who already have their user ID and password, you just stick your user ID and your password on the boxes provided. But for those who have not yet registered, ito po sa lower right portion, yung nakalagay na not yet registered, ang pipindutin natin. Tapos, merong lalabas na 5 questions which the applicant has to choose one to answer. No? Usually po ito, yung pinaka-last na question, the payment reference number, is the one that the OFW will choose. And then, SSS provides the answer. It is not the receipt number that appears in your payment receipt. Kunwari nagbayad po sa isang remittance company sa Lucky Plaza, no? The receipt number there that appears on your receipt is not the same pag na-transpose na siya sa office, sa computer namin. So yung receipt number sa computer po namin ang ipoprovide namin sa inyo na i-encode. So if you tick payment reference number, lalabas na po yung boxes that you have to answer. No? The information are about the member. What is the member's SS number, name, birthday, address sa Philippines, basic information about the member. And then on the lower portion, doon na po yung box na payment reference number which you have to fill up. And then there is a code like in sample dito, you have to type school, tapos I accept and submit. Meron po kayong matatanggap agad na message na you have successfully submitted your SSS web account registration and you have to open your email to check your approval. So ito po yung sample ng approval. Dear Mr. Rabara, thank you for registering. We would like to inform you of your user ID. To activate and get your password, ito pong may sign na clicking here ang pipindutin para makagawa ng password yung member. So, after you have already registered with SSS. The next slides are how to navigate po yung ating SSS online account. No? So when the member already has their user ID and password, you just type dun sa boxes po. And then this will be the interface of your SSS account. Home, member info, query, e-services, payment reference number, loan, PRN, and logout. No? So run through lang po. Pag binuksan nyo yung member info, ito po yung pwedeng i-edit at i-check ang member details, update contact info if you want to change your Philippine address, mobile number, change your email address. You do all the process under member info. The next tab is the inquiry. So if you tick the inquiry box, nakalatag po doon yung inyong mga contributions. Makikita nyo lahat ng inyong binayad from the previous years. You will also see under the benefits button if you have any claims filed. No? Lilitaw po dito kunwari if the member has maternity benefit, then they will see the date the payment was credited to their bank account. If they are already receiving their pension, either retirement or retirement or disability pension, they will also be able to view their benefits under the inquiry button. So under the inquiry button also, you will be able to see your loan record and the loan payments that you have made. So ito po sample siya. On the lowest portion, you will see the salary loan LRP record. So you see that it is underlined. If you tick the underline, the list of the payments that you have made will be shown to you. Next button is the e-services. No? This is one of the more important buttons of the SSS Online because dito makikita lahat noong benepisyo na pwede nang i-file online. No? You will see the arrow that is pointing to the disbursement account enrollment module because this is where the member will encode their bank account to facilitate the filing of their claim. So after yung disbursement account enrollment module, you will see apply for salary loan, calamity loan, apply for unemployment benefit. So lahat po ito, apply for pension loan, records request for people who want to see yung kanilang mga forms that they have filled out before or if they want to know kung sino yung mga sinulat nilang beneficiaries, they just tick the records request button and all their application forms that they filled out with SSS will be sent to their email address. It is also under the e-services where members can file their maternity notification at saka po submit retirement claim, funeral claim. So dito, sample po ng kung paano mag-enroll ng bank account. No? So if you tick the disbursement account enrollment module, this will appear. So yun pong pink arrow, if you tick it down, the list of Philippine banks will be shown. So you just choose like kung anong bangko yung ini-enroll ng member and then encode 2 times yung bank account and then you upload a photo of the bank account and tick I agree and enroll the bank account. So after you have enrolled, then you can proceed to filing of the benefit that the member wants. The next button is payment reference number. So currently, if members want to pay for their contributions, the remittance companies sa Lucky Plaza, they can generate PRN for you for contributions. But you can also generate your own PRN no, for security na rin, parang hindi nahihirapan mag-type or baka error yung ma-type ng remittance company dun sa code. So better that the member access their own payment reference number and generate their own payment reference number. So the payment reference number here is for contributions. The next payment reference number, which is the RTPL PRN, is for the loans naman. So ngayon, hindi lang po yung contributions ang may PRN, pati po yung loans may PRN na. At yung member lang ang pwedeng mag-access at gumawa ng PRN niya para sa kanyang loan. So we have been getting calls from our members to, kailangan ko pong magbayad ng loan ko, pahingi po ng PRN. Dito po sa office namin, we cannot access yung payment reference number for loans. That's why we have been teaching people, OFWs, to how to access their SSS online para kayo na po mismo yung mag-generate ng inyong loans PRN. And lastly, para po sa mga additional na katanungan, you may email us at singapore@sss.gov.ph. You just send po yung photo of your passport and valid ID of your, I say host country because we are also overseeing Indonesia, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Malaysia. No? So para po sa mga listeners din natin sa ibang bansa, for inquiry of SSS number, request copy of contributions. Also, we have opened our messenger page, under messenger po ng SSS Singapore Facebook page. So you can also request for record copies of your contributions or basic inquiries through our Facebook page. Marami pong salamat at sana meron kaming naibahagi sa inyo at I turn you over to Ma'am Midley and Attorney Gime. And I will come back later for the question and answer portion po.
Okay, thanks, Lucille. That's very timely. Diba, bago lang yung WISP, no? Just last month. I think there's also updates and new information about Pag Ibig, and we are very fortunate to have Mr. Christian Jan Oliveros with us. He graduated from University of Cebu with a degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce, major in Management Accounting, and he has been in Pag Ibig for a total of 17 years. He started as a marketing officer in Pag Ibig Fund Cebu from 2001 until 2011, and he has been the Member Services Officer of Pag Ibig Fund Singapore from 2013 to present. He is an awardee of CEO Bidaka, which recognizes his initiatives on market and technology-driven business solutions through multi-pronged gateways for value-added customer service. We're very excited to welcome Mr. Christian Jan Oliveros.
Thank you, Attorney Jem. Okay, let me share my. Wait lang po. Okay. Good evening po sa lahat. Makita po ba?
Yes, we can see it.
Good evening po sa lahat mga viewers at listeners po natin ngayon. Usapang pag-ibig po muna tayo ngayon, no? So, para po sa lahat po ng mga pag-ibig members natin diyan. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, and sa mga dati po mga miyembro natin sa pag-ibig. Yung mga members po natin dati sa Pilipinas, no, baka may iniwan po kayong pag-ibig sa Pinas, so pwede niyong balikan, buhayin at pagyamanin natin yung mga pag-ibig ninyo. Again, my name is Christian Oliveros, the pag-ibig representative here in Singapore. And may dalawa po tayong updates sa Pag-ibig Fund, yung latest updates. No? Una, ito yung virtual pag-ibig. Since alam naman po natin sa panahon ngayon na nag-iingat po tayo, so we're very happy to announce na meron na po tayong virtual pag-ibig. Ang virtual pag-ibig po ay nagsimula noong December 2019 pa, and it has been very useful po, no? At ito po ay napakalaking bagay para sa ating mga miyembro at sa ating mga kababayan ngayon na since panahon po ng pandemic ngayon. Kasi ang virtual pag-ibig po ay ang aming online service portal na available po anytime, anywhere sa ating mga members. No? In short, hindi nyo na po kailangang pumunta pa sa mga offices po namin para makipag-transact sa Pag-ibig Fund. No? At since nasa pandemic po tayo ngayon, Ang virtual pag-ibig po ang pinakaligtas at mabilis po na paraan para matugunan po namin yung mga concerns ninyo. Basta meron lang po kayong smartphone at internet connection. Pipindot-pindot na lamang po kayo dyan sa mga bahay ninyo or kahit saan po. At yung mga transactions niyo sa pag-ibig ay magagawa na through virtual pag-ibig. And nandyan na po yung membership registration. At kung gusto niyo pong makita yung mga records niyo or mga loan details, magagawa niyo na po yan through virtual pag-ibig. No? So paano po ba mag-register? So nakikita niyo po dyan sa screen, no? Pumasok lang po kayo sa website po namin sa www.pagibigfund.gov.ph at makikita niyo po dun sa taas yung virtual pag-ibig. I-click niyo lang po yun at susundan lang po ang mga steps and procedures para makagawa po kayo ng virtual pag-ibig. Okay. And second update is ito po yung MP2 savings program ng Pag-ibig Fund. And last year is record high and we collected 13.3 billion and this is 11% higher. No? So mas mataas po ng 11% than what we collected in 2019. At kami po ay nagpasalamat po that despite the pandemic, ay napakaraming nagtiwala dito sa Pag-ibig Fund. At i-discuss ko po mamaya yung Pag-ibig MP2 savings po natin. And next is the Pag-ibig regular savings. And just to give you a brief background about Pag-ibig, Pag-ibig Fund is a government financial institution. And ito po yung institution which promotes savings and housing or yung pabahay to all Filipino workers, including na po dyan ang mga OFW. So ito po yung dalawang mandato na sinusunod po ng Pag-ibig Fund. First is yung savings. And the second one is yung pabahay or yung housing program natin. In short, we are the National Savings and Housing Program ng gobyerno. And it started in 1980s pa. No? At matutuwa po kayo because we are now 40 years. 40 years na po yung Pag-ibig Fund na nagbibigay po sa inyo ng opportunity upang makapag-ipon at magkaroon ng sariling bahay at lupa. And I'm proud to tell you that Pag-ibig Fund is the most stable financial institution in the Philippines today. Okay, and by the way, yung diniscuss po ni Ms. Lucille, yung SSS or yung GSIS for the government employees ay kinikater na po nila yung pension fund natin or yung insurance. Si Pag-ibig ay more on savings and pabahay po. At nais ko lang po din po ibahagi sa lahat ng mga OFWs dito sa Singapore na during the implementation of the Republic Act 9679 in 2010, Pag-ibig membership coverage became universal na po. Ibig sabihin po, pati OFWs, either sea-based or land-based, are mandated to become a member of Pag-ibig Fund. And since 2010, kung naalala po ninyo na yung Pag-ibig membership ay required po tuwing kumukuha po tayo ng OEC. And actually, yung binayad ninyo tuwing kumukuha ng OEC ay hindi po bayad yun eh. Considered po yun as your savings. At makikita nyo po ngayon sa mga records niyo kung magre-request po kayo sa amin ng records, ay makikita nyo po na may hulog na pala kayo dati. No? And sa regular Pag-ibig savings natin, it has also a higher dividend rate. No? Makikita nyo po dyan sa screen. And the dividends are also tax-free po. So ibig sabihin, wala po siyang withholding tax. And most of all, this is government guaranteed. At kung ang bangko po ay may guaranteed po sila under PDIC, which is siguro nasa 500,000 po ng pera natin, sa Pag-ibig Fund po ay 100% guaranteed po ng Philippine government. And in 2019, yung dividend rate po natin sa Pag-ibig regular savings ay pumalo po sa 6.73%. And with all due respect po to our friends from the banks, masigit po na mas mataas yung dividend rate po dito sa Pag-ibig Fund kaysa sa bangko since tax-free po yung dividends po natin. At yung dividends naman for yung last year po, yung 2020, ay hopefully malalaman po natin within the month since kakasara lang po ng libro or yung financial inputs po natin. siguro by the first quarter po, ay madideclare na po natin yung dividends for 2020. So, abangan po natin yan. And so ini-encourage din po namin yung ating mga Pag-ibig members na dagdagan po yung mga hulog ninyo sa Pag-ibig regular savings. So instead of 200 pesos na minimum, no? Minimum hulog, pwede po gawing 300, 500, or even 1,000 dahil yung pera na yan ay babalik din naman po sa inyo yan. In short, gagawin nyo pong ipunan ang Pag-ibig Fund. So kung gagawin nyo pong ipunan yung Pag-ibig Fund, at pagdating ng araw po na kayo po ay magre-retiro or pagdating ng araw na yung mga savings niyo ay mag-mature na after 20 years, so yung mga grounds for withdrawal naka-flash po dyan sa screen, ay malaki po yung matatanggap ninyo kung i-upgrade po yung savings ninyo. So kung mas malaki po yung ihulog nyo sa Pag-ibig Savings, pagdating ng araw po ay napakalaking benepisyo na po yan para sa inyo. And sa lahat po ng mga members po natin, pag nag-retire na po kayo or kung qualified na po kayo dito sa grounds for withdrawal natin, makukuha niyo po lahat ng savings. No? Lump sum po yan, so hindi po pension. So may enjoy niyo po yung pinaghirapan yung savings. So in-encourage po namin kayo na mag-upgrade ng ating Pag-ibig Savings. And paano po ba mag-register dito sa Pag-ibig? Okay, kung member na po kayo dati, isasend nyo lang po sa amin yung details ninyo, yung full name and birth date po, no? Through email or through SMS or through WhatsApp. And ipa-flash din namin sa screen yung contact details namin mamaya. And for those yung mga hindi pa talaga member sa Pag-ibig Fund, punta lang po kayo doon sa namin sa website, no? For registration para at least ma-register na po kayo sa Pag-ibig. Okay, yan po yung Pag-ibig regular savings po natin. Kung may Pag-ibig regular savings, meron din po kaming tinatawag na MP2 Savings Program or the Modified Pag-ibig 2 Program. Okay, at sa panahon ngayon, no, ang MP2 Savings po ang pinakamagandang option kung gusto niyo pong mag-impok sa panahon ng pandemya. Because it's safe and guaranteed po ng ating gobyerno. Okay. Isa po sa mga nagugustuhan ng ating mga members, no? Dito sa MP2 savings po natin, aside from secure ang kanilang savings, yung dividends na kikitain ay napakataas po kumpara po doon sa ibang investment instruments. No? Kasi yung dividend rate din po natin sa MP2 ay tax-free. And do you know that for the last 5 years, no? Ang dividends na dineclare ng Pag-ibig, no, yung average dividend rate ay 7% per annum at tax-free po yan. So wala pong withholding tax. And may dalawang option din po yung dividend payout dito sa MP2. May annual payout and meron din pong compounded. No? At mas maikli po ang maturity period dito sa MP2 savings. 5 taon lamang po. Ibig sabihin, nakalock-in po ng 5 years ang savings natin dito sa MP2. And 500 pesos po yung minimum savings dito sa MP2, pero wala pong limit sa ihuhulog. No? At kung sa regular savings po natin ay 6.73% po yung dividends ng 2019, pero itong MP2 savings natin ay nasa 7.23%. Noong 2019. At sa palagay po namin ay walang financial institution na makapag-match po itong dividend rate na dineclare ng Pag-ibig Fund. At kung napapansin nyo rin po nung last quarter ng 2019, no? November or December 2019, ay pabagsak na po ang global market natin dahil sa pandemic. Ibig sabihin na mas kumita pa yung pera natin dito sa MP2 kumpara po sa nag-invest doon sa mga ibang investment programs. Kasi si Pag-ibig Fund, nag-declare po tayo ng 7.23% na dividends sa MP2. So, magkano po yung kikitain natin na pera dito sa Pag-ibig MP2? So, okay. So, makikita niyo po dyan sa screen, if you will contribute na minimum na 500 pesos, from the period January 2020 all the way to December of 2024, no, you deposited a total of 30,000 pesos. And ang option po dito sa sample natin ay annual dividend payout. So annually, nag-earn po siya ng 227 sa first year, 647 on the second year, or a total of 5,337.50. No? Yung dividends natin after 5 years. Pero sa sample dito ay 500 pesos minimum savings lang yan. So, lakihan natin ng konti, no? Yung monthly savings. Okay, so yung sa sample na naka-flash dyan sa screen, ay ito po yung compounded savings option. Meaning, at the end of the term or after 5 years mo na kukunin ang dividends, including the principal investment. So 1,000 pesos every month na hulog, you will get a total of 71,625 pesos because your dividends alone ay umabot po sa 11,625 pesos. No? So yan po yung sample sa 1,000 pesos every month under compounded savings option. Pero let's go big time po, no? Kasi alam naman po namin na may mga milyones po kayo na tinatago lang diyan sa mga bahay ninyo, no? And by the way po, dito po sa MP2 Savings Program ng Pag-ibig Fund, nare-recognize din po namin, no? Nare-recognize din po na Pag-ibig yung mga ating tinatawag na mga pensioners or mga retirees or yung mga dating member ng Pag-ibig Fund. Kasi ginawa din po ng Pag-ibig ang MP2 program para din po sa inyo. Halimbawa, kung meron po kayong matatanggap na retirement pay, no? Sabihin natin 1 million or 2 million, no? Kaysa ilalagay nyo sa kung saang mga investment instrument, so may papayo po namin dyan ay maaari po ninyong ilagay ang portion or even ang entire pera ninyo sa MP2. Kasi kung familiar po kayo sa kung umaattend po kayo ng mga financial literacy seminar, naririnig niyo na po yung tinatawag na passive income. No? So sa Pag-ibig Fund, marami po tayong mga kababayan o mga miyembro na ang tawag po namin ay LODI. No? Hindi po idol, ano? Hindi acronym po yan. Ang tawag po namin sa kanila ay Living on Dividends. Kasi marami po, no? Marami po tayong mga miyembro na naglalagay ng one time, no? 5 million, 1 million, 15 million dito sa MP2 Savings Program. At ang ginagawa po nila ay pinili po nila yung dividendo ay matatanggap taon-taon or yung annual payout. In short, nilalagay po ang isang malaking amount na pera dito sa MP2 Savings natin. At yung matatanggap nilang dividendo, yun na lang po yung paikutin para panggastos nila sa taon. So ito, sa sample po natin, titingnan po natin dyan sa screen for the one time na 1 million pesos. No? Kung ihuhulog niyo po dyan dito sa MP2, 70,000 po ang annual dividends niyan, no? Na makukuha po ninyo. At malaking pera na rin yan. No? At the end of the term, makukuha ninyo yung 1 million na principal investment. Pero na-enjoy mo na on a yearly basis yung dividends. Okay. At dito po, kung hindi nyo po kailangan yung pera, no, mas maganda po dito yung compounded savings. No? Kasi yung compounded savings po natin, to, sa screen po dyan, yung pera ninyo na 1 million after 5 years, almost 500,000 din po yung dividends, which is also tax-free. And at the end of the term, nasa 1.4 million po ang makukuha ninyo na pera. So yan po yung aming MP2 Savings Program. At sa MP2 Savings Program natin ay pwede rin po multiple accounts. Depende po sa purpose niyo. Kasi may mga members din po tayo na yung iba ay may 2 anak at gusto nilang for educational purposes na after 5 years pag-enrollment. So, depende po sa purpose. Pwede po kayong gumawa ng multiple accounts. No? At so, paano po ba mag-register dito sa MP2? Okay, ang requirement lang po dito sa MP2 Savings natin ay dapat active member po kayo dun sa regular savings. Kung updated na po yung hulog niyo, mag-register lang po online. No? So, makikita niyo po dyan sa screen. And once nakapag-register po kayo online, mag-generate na po doon yung yung MP2 account number ninyo. So pwede niyo na pong hulugan. Okay, so yan po yung Pag-Ibig MP2 natin. So Pag-Ibig funding po, to have also the regular housing loan. Okay, and the good news here is that Pag-Ibig Fund increased the maximum loanable amount. Dati po kasi 3 million pesos lang pwedeng ma-avail. Pero ngayon po, itinaas na po natin to 6 million pesos. So an OFW may avail of the housing loan of up to 6 million pesos. 6 million pesos. Pinaka-lowest na interest rate din po yung Pag-Ibig Fund. And depende rin po sa capacity to pay ng ating mga borrowers. Depende rin po sa appraisal yung 6 million pesos. At sa Pag-Ibig Fund, yung programa nating pabahay ay, at least for the information of everybody, na yung Pag-Ibig Fund was not created to generate business out of members' loan. So napakababa yung interest rate po natin. Kasi tayo pong lahat ng miyembro ang may-ari ng Pag-Ibig Fund. And if you compare to other financing institution, mas mababa po talaga yung interest rate natin. And we also have adopted the full risk-based pricing model. So yung interest rate natin dito sa Pag-Ibig Fund, regardless of the loan amount, pwede po tayong mamili. Dati po kasi yung interest rate ay depende sa loan amount. Okay. At ang Pag-Ibig Fund din po ang may pinakamahabang loan term, which is up to 30 years. Makikita niyo po dyan sa screen, and depending on the age of the member. Basta ang kondisyon lang po dito that you should not be over 70 years old upon loan maturity. So yung mga nasa 60 years old po ngayon, pwede po kayong mag-avail ng housing loan, pero 10 years lang po yung magiging loan term ninyo. Pero kung ang edad po natin ay hindi lalagpas ng 40 years old, then you can maximize the loan term to 30 years. Because the longer the term, mas affordable po ang magiging monthly amortization ninyo sa Pag-Ibig Housing Loan. At ang kagandahan din po dito sa Pag-Ibig Fund, even if your term is 30 years, at any point in time, we can accelerate the payment or advance the principal para makasave po sa interest rate. So kung halimbawa po may 100,000 po kayong extra pera ngayon, or kung may pang fully pay na po kayo dun sa inyong housing loan, pwede niyo po i-direct ibayad dun sa principal balance ng ating housing loan. So hindi na natin kailangan pa maghintay ng mga anniversary date or yung after 1 year para makapagbayad sa principal or mag-fully pay ng loan. Wala po kasi tayong tinatawag na pre-termination charges or prepayment charges. So hindi nyo na po babayaran yung would-be interest ng loan. So kung 30 years yung loan term niyo and on the second year, bigla po kayo magkaroon ng pera. So ang na-interesan lang po ng Pag-Ibig Fund ay hanggang 2 years lang po. Okay, then also Pag-Ibig Fund now allows multiple housing loan. Dati po kasi ang Pag-Ibig Fund ay one at a time. So if you have an existing housing loan ngayon, you need to fully pay that loan first before you can avail of another housing loan. Pero ngayon, even if you have an existing housing loan and you have the capacity to pay or to apply for another housing loan, pwede po i-consider ng Pag-Ibig Fund. As long as hindi po dapat lalagpas ng 6 million pesos yung magiging total obligation ninyo sa Pag-Ibig Fund. At dapat, kaya din po dun sa capacity to pay. So yan po yung pinaka-importante. Okay, from January to June 2000, ngayong year, for this year, 2021, ito po yung housing loan interest rates natin. Okay, so ano po ba yung tinatawag na repricing or fixing period? Ito po yung bilang ng taon kung saan naka-fix po yung interest rate niyo. So kahit mag-loan po kayo ng 6 million pesos, and if you will choose the 3-year fixing period po na interest rate, na 5.750%. So ilan po yung interest rate niyo for 3 years. So halimbawa kung monthly amortization ninyo ngayon ay 5,000 pesos. At kung 3-year fixing period ang pipiliin ninyo, in the next 36 months, guaranteed po yan na 5,000 pesos yung magiging buwan ng hulog ninyo. So ibig sabihin, you are protected from fluctuations, no? Or any other economic factors. So yan po yung fixing period po natin. And for the last 15 years po, ang interest rate po na charge ng Pag-ibig ay pababa na ng pababa. Okay, and just to give you a brief comparison, no, for you to appreciate yung interest rate natin sa Pag-ibig Fund at sa mga banks, no? So compared to Bank A, B, and Bank C, mas mababa pa rin yung interest rate natin. At sa processing fee pa lang, sa Pag-ibig Fund po kasi, nasa 4,000 pesos lang po yung processing fee natin. No more, no less. No? So hindi po siya percentage kung magkano ang loan amount. At kung delayed po ang payment ninyo, sa bangko po, minsan ay may notice of foreclosure na agad. Pero sa Pag-ibig Fund, we have many remedial measures para maisalba lang po yung property natin. Katulad po ngayon, panahon ng pandemya, may mga restructuring program din po ang Pag-ibig Fund para sa ating mga borrowers na ngayon ay nawalan ng trabaho or nawalan yung mga ibang miyembro kasi nahihirapan sa panahon ngayon. So may restructuring program din po ang Pag-ibig Fund. And now we proceed to with the loan purposes. No? Sa Pag-ibig Fund, we're not only limited to purchase of residential unit or purchase of house and land dun sa mga subdivisions or sa mga developers lamang. Kasi may maraming nagtatanong. We also have other types of loan purposes. Una, purchase of residential lot or adjoining lots. So dito po, pwede nyo po itong bilhin sa isang developer or pwede rin naman bilhin sa isang kaibigan or kamag-anak or sa individual na tao. Pwede rin po. Ang restriction lang po dito ay dapat available po ang basic amenities. No? Yung water, yung power facility, drainage, and road system sa mga bibilhin nating property and not more than 1,000 square meters po dapat ang area. And we have the purchase of residential house and lot, townhouse or condominium units, pwede pong bago no or luma na. Or yung iba naka-mortgage sa Pag-ibig Fund tapos bibilhin niyo, pwede rin po. So kahit po na hindi bagong gawa yung property, as long as may individual title yung property at malinis po yung titulo, then Pag-ibig Fund may evaluate for financing po. At ang kagandahan din po sa Pag-ibig Fund, we are not limited to 1 unit per member po. So kung gusto niyo pong bumili ng 3 lote na magkakatabi or 3 house and lot na magkakatabi, as long as kaya po ng ating capacity to pay at ng ating appraisal, no? So kahit more than 1 yung property na kukunin ay pwede po dito sa Pag-ibig Housing Loan. And if yung condominium unit naman po yung kukunin ninyo, we now allow po the financing of the parking slot. No? Okay, another purpose po ay house construction and home improvement. Okay, the difference between house construction and home improvement ay pagka house construction po kasi, totally wala pa pong nakatayo. No? Lote pa lang po or hindi pa talaga natirhan. Or pwede rin pong ongoing yung construction, pero kinapos po ng pagpagawa, so pwedeng mag-loan sa Pag-ibig for completion. And when we say home improvement naman po, existing na po yung structure. No? For example, 1 story po yung bahay ninyo at gusto nyo magpagawa ng 2nd floor or palagyan ng tiles, kisame or pintura, pwede po yun i-apply for Pag-ibig Home Improvement Loan. Okay, and last but not least, we have the refinancing of an existing housing loan. And the refinancing of an existing loan, currently nasa commercial bank po siya, yung property at dapat meron na po siyang 6 months na naka-loan doon sa commercial bank. At gusto niyo pong ilipat dito sa Pag-ibig Housing Loan, pwede po yan. At bakit niyo po ba ita-transfer dito sa Pag-ibig? Okay, sana binanggit ko na po kanina, no? Mas mahaba po kasi yung loan term natin. At minsan po ay nakumpara nila yung interest rate natin at sinacharge sa ating mga housing loan borrowers. So nagde-decide po sila na ita-transfer nila dito sa Pag-ibig Housing Loan. Okay, so sino po pwede mag-qualify dito sa ating housing loan? Ang sagot po dyan ay kayo. kayong lahat po na nanonood po ngayon at nakikinig sa ating virtual presentation ngayon, at very basic lang po. Dapat meron lang po kayong 24 months na savings with Pag-ibig Fund. At halimbawa po na wala po kayong 24 months, pwede po kayong mag-lump sum payment para mabuo lang po yung 24 months na requirement. At kahit bagong member lang po kayo dito sa Pag-ibig Fund, hindi na po natin yung ni-require na yung residency na dapat 2 years po talaga nag-uulo, or dapat member po ng Pag-ibig Fund for 2 years before you can apply for a housing loan. Pero ngayon, we now allow lump sum payment just for the sake po na ma-evaluate po namin kayo for housing loan. At dapat not more than 65 years old at the date of loan application. And is not more than 70 years old at the date of loan maturity. So ito po yung in-explain ko kanina. At dapat meron din po tayong legal capacity to acquire or encumber real property, no? So dapat nasa legal age po tayo. Then kung meron po tayong housing loan na foreclosed, na canceled, na buyback po dati, no? Or na surrender sa Pag-ibig Fund, hindi na po tayo pwedeng mag-apply ng housing loan sa Pag-ibig. However, no? Since Pag-ibig po tayo, Pag-ibig na may pagmamahal, no? So kung pupunta po kayo doon sa office namin at gusto niyo po mag-avail ng loan, i-explain niyo lang po na may na-foreclose po kayo dating property dahil may nagkasakit sa pamilya, or i-explain niyo lang po na nawalan po kayo ng trabaho, and i-consider naman po ni Pag-ibig Fund yung application po natin sa housing loan. Dapat fully paid lang po yung multipurpose loan niyo kung nakapag-avail po kayo dito sa multipurpose loan. So paano po mag-evaluate yung Pag-ibig Fund? Okay. Tatlo lang po yung consideration natin. We check the actual need, the capacity to pay, and the appraised value ng property. So whichever is the lowest among the three, yun po ang i-grant ng Pag-ibig Fund. At para po mas maintindihan po ninyo, no? Kung maglo-loan po kayo ng let's say 1.8 million pesos, magkano po yung gross monthly income na kailangan? So nasa 28,798 pesos per month. So yung gross monthly income na po na yung kailanganin po niyo para makapag-loan ng 1.8 million pesos. And then if qualified po kayo sa 30-year term, ang magiging monthly amortization niyo ay nasa 10,079 pesos per month. Okay, so yan po yung sample para at least maintindihan niyo po kung paano mag-avail ng housing loan dito sa Pag-ibig. And isa pa pong good news sa Pag-ibig housing loan, lahat po ng mga housing loan borrowers o yung mag-housing loan sa Pag-ibig Fund ay covered po ng insurance. Meron po tayong tinatawag na premium rates, at para lang po may idea kayo sa for a 1 million loan, ang ating charge lang po na insurance per month is only 225 pesos. So, ang ibig kong sabihin ng insurance ay kung halimbawa po ay yung ating borrower ay namatay, no? Isang housing loan borrower, at updated ang kanyang account, yung insurance will fully pay the housing loan ng miyembro. Ibig sabihin, wala na pong iiwan ng utang yung ating housing loan borrower. And again, we are happy to share with everyone na meron din po tayong burial benefit, wake expense assistance, and yung total permanent disability. Kung totally disabled na po yung housing loan borrower, no? Yung beneficiaries niya ay pwede na mag-apply for full payment ng loan. Dati po kasi death lang po yung pwedeng mag-fully pay ng ating loan. Ngayon po, kahit totally disabled na po yung borrower, yung beneficiary pwede na mag-avail ng full payment. And meron din pong fire and allied perils insurance sa ating housing loan. So ganito lang po kadali yung pag-avail ng housing loan program po natin. First, get the checklist of requirements, then submit nyo po sa Pag-ibig office, and Pag-ibig Fund will evaluate your application, then release that notice of approval together with the letter of guarantee. No? So ika-accomplish nyo po yung nakastate dun sa notice of approval. Pag na-comply nyo na po yun, isasubmit nyo rin po sa Pag-ibig Fund, and para may-release po namin yung proceeds. And since nasa ibang bansa po tayo, nasa Singapore po tayo, you can assign a representative po dun sa Pinas para mag-avail ng housing loan. No? execute lang po natin yung special power of attorney. So makipag-ugnayan lang po tayo dito sa ating embahada. Nandito rin po yung Pag-ibig office po natin. Okay po, so yan po yung presentation po namin, no, sa Pag-ibig Fund. And kung may mga queries po kayo, may mga information po kayo or mga questions po, no? May mobile number po kami dyan. Pwede po mag-SMS o mag-message through WhatsApp or mag-email po sa popsingapore@pagibigfund.gov.ph. No? Okay po, so on behalf of Pag-ibig International Operations Group, again, Christian Oliveros, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you, Christian. Grabe, sobrang nakakaengganyo yung speech ni Christian. Ang dami nang nagpa-private message. Paano daw mag-pay now ng millions para ilagay daw sa MP2 like now na, as in now na daw. Joke lang. So what we'll do, we've received a few questions on Facebook chat and Zoom Messenger. So we'll have 2 questions for SSS first and then 2 questions for Pag-ibig first, where people can have a chance. For SSS, for Lucille, from Dina Lorenzana, pwede ba mag-loan dito sa Singapore?
Pwedeng mag-loan dito sa Singapore, no? Salary loan or yung calamity loan like I discussed earlier. Kailangan lang na mag-register yung OFW natin doon sa SSS online account. I-enroll niya yung kanyang Philippine bank account and then i-file online yung salary loan at saka calamity loan. The proceeds usually take like 2 weeks to be credited to their Philippine bank account. So if the proceeds are meant for their kunwari kapamilya, then they can online transfer na lang yung money from their bank account to the bank account of their relatives.
Nakamute po kayo, attorney.
From Donald, hello. Second question for SSS, from Donald Nantes. Hi, what is the difference between Flexi Fund, Peso Fund compared to the Provident WISP?
Okay. Yung Flexi Fund is our savings and investment for OFWs, no? So they, in addition to paying the maximum rate of 2,600 pesos, yung OFW can place a minimum of say 200 pesos sa Flexi Fund niya and then this earns interest. The Flexi Fund savings can be withdrawn after a year, or if they don't want to withdraw, then it continuously earns interest until such time that they already want to withdraw their Flexi Fund savings. Yung difference niya, the Flexi Fund compared with the Peso Fund, the Peso Fund kasi is offered to SSS members in the Philippines. Yun yung counterpart ng Flexi Fund. So, para sa mga employed sa Philippines or self-employed or voluntary paying the maximum, Peso Fund naman yung counterpart na pwede nilang bayaran. Now, yung difference of the two with the SSS Provident Fund, our latest benefit is yung Provident Fund is meant to be the pension, an additional pension for the member when they are 60 years old. So the Provident Fund is a fixed amount that they pay monthly and it earns interest and it cannot be withdrawn because it is really meant for additional pension when the member retires at 60 years old.
Okay, thank you, Lucille. Next, we turn to Pag-ibig for Christian. Okay, so several people asked this. So we have Irene Perez Solas Pagantihon, Shine A. Shimmer, and Divine Knack. So they all asked, paano po mag-update ulit sa Pag-ibig? Kung halimbawa, hindi na po naguhulog or may gap po. Paano po ulit update para din makasali sa MP2?
Okay po. Sa Pag-ibig Fund naman po, since we no longer accept dun yung tinatawag nating retroactive payments, hulugan niya lang po starting ngayong buwan. No? February 2021, and idudugtong lang po natin yung mga previous hulog ninyo. And right after na after maghulog po, so pwede na pong mag-enroll doon sa MP2 kasi reactivated na po yung Pag-ibig savings ninyo. Ang importante lang po dyan ay dapat may Pag-ibig account number po kayo, yung MID number. And pag meron na po kayong MID number, pwede nang dumiretso na po sa mga remittance na accredited remittance center sa Lucky Plaza or online. Pwede po sila maghulog para ma-reactivate lang po yung mga savings nila.
Okay, that's very clear and very useful. Second question for Pag-ibig. Pwede po ba mag-member sa MP2 kung may loan pa sa Pag-ibig?
Yes po, as long as updated po yung ano nila, yung mga lalo na po yung housing loan, no? Updated po yung payments nila doon. Anytime pwede po silang mag-register online. And dapat din po updated yung regular Pag-ibig savings nila. And if updated po yun, so pwede na po mag-start dito sa MP2 savings program.
Okay, thank you. I think there's one more Pag-ibig question from Maybel Castillo Liklikan. Paano po mag-member ng Pag-ibig if I am just an SSS member?
Okay po. So sa Pag-ibig naman po, kasi po karamihan po ng OFW ay member na po dati sa Pilipinas. So kukunin na i-send nila po nila sa amin yung yung pangalan nila at birthday. Baka kasi may na sila, may mga Pag-ibig numbers na. Kasi re-reactivate lang po nila yung mga savings nila. Pero kung mga first timers po na Pag-ibig members, dapat mag-enroll po through online doon sa virtual Pag-ibig po namin. Pero yung mga reactivating members, mabilis lang po kasi may records na po kami ng mga account numbers nila.
Okay, thank you. This is for both SSS and Pag-ibig. I think it from John Pagirigan. Paano po makuha ang UMID?
Yung UMID, the Unified Multipurpose ID of SSS, currently suspended po yung processing namin, no? The SSS sa Philippines suspended all branches, hindi po kami nakakapag-ID in to safeguard din for safety measures due to COVID-19 kasi malapitan po kasi pag nagpi-picture kami for the SSS kasi kailangan namin kunin yung biometrics, fingerprinting. So our SSS National has decided to suspend muna yung pag-ID po ng SSS for the UMID.
Okay. And maybe Lucille, you can take this next question as well. Saan po ang Pag-ibig at SSS office sa Singapore?
Ang SSS at Pag-ibig office ay matatagpuan sa Philippine Embassy sa 20 Nasim Road, no? Nais din po namin i-take itong opportunity para i-announce or ulitin lang po na ang pagpunta po sa Philippine Embassy ay by appointment na because we are adhering to safety protocols here in Singapore na dapat rehistrado yung mga pupunta sa embassy at saka po limited number lang. So yung schedule ng pag-appointment ay nakapost sa Philippine Embassy website at saka po sa Philippine Embassy Facebook page. So meron po kaming mga email addresses doon at saka links that you can connect to para po makapag-book ng appointment. For additional information for SSS, if yung query ng member is for contribution, copy of contributions or copy of loan records, pwede pong you can do it through Messenger. No, before we have WhatsApp, but we are transitioning from WhatsApp to Messenger effective February 8. So yung SSS Singapore Facebook page po, you can look for it and then yung Messenger po doon na lang po kayo connect para lang makakuha ng copy ng contributions. Si Christian naman, I will give the floor para masagot po niya how they can contact him for those who are not able to avail po of the appointment.
Yes po, same with Pag-ibig, no? Lahat po ng transactions natin po dito sa embassy ay dapat may appointment po through email, no? If may mga queries po kasi na pwede naming masagot through WhatsApp or SMS or email. So mas mabilis din po na pwede po kayo mag-message po sa amin or mag-email. Since by appointment pa po yung transactions natin sa Pag-ibig Fund dito sa embassy. Thank you po.
Thank you, Christian and Lucille. Lucille, I have another SSS question. Mukhang madaming, kanina na pag-usapan natin ang pagbabalik loob sa pag-ibig. Ngayon naman, may gusto magbalik loob sa SSS. So, paano daw kung sabi ni Joanna Burgos, paano po continuous payment sa SSS? Saan pong year mag-start kung hindi po nabayaran yung ibang years?
Okay. Wala tayong retroactive payment sa SSS, no? Hindi na namin sinisingil yung mga nakalipas na taon na hindi nabayaran. Kaya kung yung member magbabalik loob siya sa SSS, ang babayaran na lang niya ngayong taon, starting ng kahit na February tayo ngayon, pwede pang bayaran yung January na contributions. Pero wag mag-alala kasi yung mga naibayad nyo na dati, kunwari meron na kayong naihulog ng mga 2000, 2010, 2015, kasama pa rin yun doon sa mga computation ng inyong mga benepisyo. Hindi po nawawala yung inyong mga contribution. So, idadagdag na lang yung babayaran ngayong starting ng 2021.
Okay. Another question for Lucille related to the question. So, suppose parang the pensioner for May Matibag is asking this. Suppose if I'm 54 years old now and I want to pay maximum contribution from my 55th year until my 60th year, but I can get maximum pension amount. Pwede po ba yun na i-upsize or i-accelerate or damihan yung SSS contributions?
Meron kasing restrictions sa pagbabayad ng contributions. If the member reaches the age of 55 years old, they are no longer allowed to jump more than 2 steps dun sa rate. So if si Madam is 54 years old now, I would advise na she pay na the maximum contributions starting this year. Kasi pag nag-55th birthday siya, hindi na siya pwedeng mag-jump dun sa highest. So ngayon na niya gawin bago siya mag-birthday.
Okay. Another SSS question, Lucille. So Noel Lomeda is asking, if I'm 34 years old, 34 years na po ako naguhulog ng SSS, kailangan po ba ituloy hanggang 60 years old?
Kailangan kasi naming malaman kung ano ang status ni Sir dito sa Singapore, no? For pass holders, work permit holders, mandatory kasi ang SSS membership, no? So, dapat po talaga na habang merong kontrata dito, dire-diretso yung pagbabayad ng contributions habang kayo ay nagtatrabaho dito. Now, kunwari, after like 5 or 10 years, uuwi kayo ng Pilipinas. Kung wala pa kayong magiging ibang employment doon, then you are not obligated, you are not mandatorily required to contribute, to continue contributing. Pero habang kayo ay pass holder or work permit holder dito, under po ng revised SSS law, dapat po nagbabayad ng contributions kasi wala kayong ibang matatanggap na retirement pension katulad ng mga PR at saka citizen dito. Yung PR kasi at saka Filipino na naging Singapore citizen, they have their CPF. So meron silang primary parang pension source. Pero para sa mga OFW na babalik ng Pilipinas, dapat po talaga dire-diretso yung payment.
Okay. Sorry, another SSS question. From Roslyn Bergonia, I'm 49 next month. Pwede po ba ako mag-member ng SSS kung 49 years old?
Pwede pa po. Kasi ang membership ng SSS hanggat hindi nagsi-60 years old yung member. So hanggat hindi pa tumutungtong ng 60th birthday, ang isang Pilipino po ay pwede pang mag-apply bilang SSS member. So pumunta lang po si Madam dun sa website namin, www.sss.gov.ph, tapos hanapin yung button noong No SSS Number Apply Now, mag-fill up ng form at mai-issuehan na po kayo ng SSS number and you can start paying anything po.
Okay. This one naman's for Christian. It's a pag-ibig question from Felma Dakanay Baladad. Hello, I am MP1 and MP2 member in Singapore. Paano po kung naumpisan ko na po yung about 2.5 monthly? Pwede po bang gawin kong less than 2.5 yung next na hulog?
Yes po, for Pag-ibig 1, yung minimum lang po natin is 200 pesos. Pwedeng taasan o pwede pa iba-iba every month. Basta minimum lang po is 200 pesos. Sa MP2 naman po, yung minimum lang po doon ay 500 pesos. Sa MP2, pwede maghulog ng weekly or monthly or as long as hindi bababa po sa 500 pesos na minimum, pwede po niyong gawin yan, ma'am.
Okay. Lucille, we have another SSS question from June Riggs. Pwede po ba mag-auto-debit sa SSS? Parang gyro.
Sir June Riggs. Very familiar ni Sir June. Pwede mag-auto-debit arrangement sa SSS contribution. So meron tayong mga partner banks. I'd like to make mention ang PNB, pwede mag-auto-debit sa kanila. Meron pa pong ibang Philippine banks na pwede mag-apply. But you have to coordinate first with your Philippine bank kasi yun pong bank nyo muna ang mag-fill up ng form para ma-authorize ninyo na monthly kakaltasan po kayo noong contributions. Hopefully this year, we will be full blast doon sa online banking din. So a member can pay through the SSS mobile app na.
Okay. Thank you. Another question for SSS from Maybel Castillo Liklikan. Pwede po ba mag-stop magbayad sa SSS pag naka 10 years na?
Tulad nung sinabi ko kanina, depende po kasi sa membership dun sa status ng member dito sa Singapore, no? Kung yung member is pass holder siya, dapat po mandatory na you continue paying your contributions. Dahil yung mga benepisyo katulad ng sickness, maternity benefit, salary loans, if the member stops paying, they are no longer eligible to file for the claims in the event na kunwari yan, nagkasakit ngayong taon tapos walang hulog. Sayang naman po kasi yung membership. Kung naka 10 years lang sila, they are eligible for the pension. But for the current benefits, they will not be able to file for any claim. So mas maganda po na ituloy. Now kung PR na at saka citizen, they have the option to stop because like I said, meron pa po kasing CPF yung mga OFW. So yung PR at saka citizen. Kaya pwedeng voluntary lang yung sa kanila.
Okay, thank you. For Christian, there's another Pag-ibig question. For the Pag-ibig virtual account number, is it possible to register without a Philippine cell phone number? Kasi po yung ibang OFW, years na dito, so baka wala na pong Philippine number.
Yes po, doon sa virtual Pag-ibig registration po natin, pipiliin nyo lang po yung email doon. Huwag nyo lang po i-tick yung SMS. No? Through email po, isi-send po sa inyo yung OTP. Yung one-time password, pwede nyo gawin po yun. Isi-send po namin doon sa email address.
Okay, I think we have, it's almost, let's see, other questions. Yung iba pong questions, they're quite specific na po, like for example, may sakit or something. You're free to please, our panelists, Lucille and Christian, are very, very happy to answer more specific questions. And I think they've posted all their contact details earlier. So kung meron pa po kayong mas specific na tanong, please, they're very open to questions. Let's see. Okay, and another SSS question. Paano po mag-claim ng maternity benefit sa Singapore?
Two procedures no para makapag-claim ng maternity benefit. Unang-una, kailangan namin i-check kung yung member has the required qualifications, no? So usually I request the person who is inquiring to send us a copy of their IDs through email so that I can check their contributions. Now, if they are eligible, kunwari, paid, regularly paying ng contributions, then I send them the application form. They have to register on the SSS online account to enroll their Philippine bank account and upload photo. After nilang ma-enroll yung kanilang Philippine bank account, magbubuk na po sila ng appointment dito sa SSS sa Philippine Embassy so that I can receive their documents. The usual documents are the report of birth of the child, maternity application form, tapos photo of ID, and yung kung may medical records po, like kung cesarean section, then I ask for a copy of the document stating cesarean section. So yun lang po yung ating procedure, and then we submit the documents sa Philippines for processing.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all the time that we have for now. We hope we have answered, Lucille and Christian have answered a lot of questions. And again, they are very open to other specific questions, and they're available at their emails and phone numbers. So thank you very much, Christian and Lucille, and to all our questioners and audience. And I will turn you back to Mimi.
Hello, hi, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Lucille, Blesilda Simbol of SSS, and Mr. Christian John Oliveros of Pag Ibig, na may pagmamahal. Lahat tayo may pagmamahal. Thank you so much for that very informative presentation and for generously sharing all the information and knowledge and expertise that you have. So I hope our viewers, our friends, and our partners have learned a lot. And to those who are watching, just please feel free to email them or use the Facebook accounts, send messages to the messengers. So may mga paraan pa ba to get in communication with them with all your questions. And of course, a great appreciation to Attorney Jemlyn Tombok for joining us tonight as guest moderator and making the discussion so lively and robust. Thank you. And now we just before we go, I would like to share with you our latest PBSS event, which we do every year. We will have our much-awaited Bayanihan walk this year, which is going to be a virtual version because we cannot really have physical interaction that much in the current COVID-19 pandemic situation. So we will be having a virtual walk, Bayanihan walk, and also for those who have been supporting us in the past, that's been the same registration fee at 25 Singapore dollars only. But this excludes delivery charges. If you want your bags and your t-shirt to be delivered, there will be additional charge. But there is also self-pickup collection, which we have at Lucky Plaza. That's Koino Air and Travel. So they'll be helping us. They are our partners in conducting this walk this year, the virtual walk. And also there's a promo, 10+1 promo, which for every 10 paid walkers, there will be the 11th person who will get it for free, which means the 11th person will also get a t-shirt and bags and other things and other opportunities for surprise prices as well. So as usual, the virtual walk is for at least 3.88 kilometers. So you can walk for 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers. Just show us a picture of that distance and you will get an e-certificate. And show us pictures of your walking event. And we will be selecting a few awesome pictures and giveaway prizes. So enjoy your walk and please register. Register at our Facebook and our partners. Just check our Facebook for more details, please. So join us. The walk is from March 7 to 28 this year. So let's have fun and exercise a little bit. Thank you. So before we end, may I now call on Ms. Christy Vicentina, our Honorary Vice President of PBSS, to deliver the closing remarks. Ms. Christy, please.
Thank you, Minnie. Good evening to our friends and kababayans in Singapore and to our friends and families in the Philippines. Mabuhay! On behalf of Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore, allow me to say thank you to the people who help us for tonight's webinar. Siyempre, thank you Lucille Simbol, Miss Lucille Simbol, the country representative of SSS, and Mr. Christian Oliveros, country representative of Pag Ibig. Maraming salamat sa inyong dalawa. I look forward going out together again for face-to-face gatherings with fellow OFWs. But meantime, thank you for joining us through webinar. Magkikita rin tayo ulit with the bigger crowd. So thank you to Attorney Jem Tombok for co-moderating tonight's webinar and making the discussion indeed more meaningful. And sana po marami tayong natutunan that we can help or that can help us prepare for our eventual return and retirement in the Philippines. Lagi po nating tatandaan na hindi po panghabang buhay yung OFW. Kaya let us save while we can and while we are overseas, and let us save as fast as we can. So maraming salamat din po to all our friends who always help us share and promote the webinars. So with Philippine Embassy Singapore, led by His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Del Mariap, nakita ko rin po sa Facebook yung mga labor attachés natin, Labat Saul Devry and Labat Lisa Mendizabal, nandyan po siya, and Assistant Labor Attaché Macy Maglangke. Maraming salamat for joining us and supporting Christian and Lucille. Richard and Rex of FLPH, Lynn of CDE, FAUS, Miss Virgie of STP FAUS Group Dance, Millet of FAST, BNG, Rated J, June, thank you, Lucky Plaza Ladies, FAS, Mau, Luz, and Ton, maraming salamat, UAP, Ateneo LSE, UPAS, Excalibur, Kabayanihan, Jehan Abulanadi, and Arvin David, maraming salamat for sharing our webinars all the time. And sa lahat po ng nasa Zoom, nasa Facebook, maraming salamat. Huwag niyo pong kakalimutan, like us on Facebook para meron po kayong update pag meron kaming bagong webinar. So again, maraming salamat and mabuhay. Back to you, Minnie.
Thank you, Christy. Thank you all. Hope you all learned something new, and not just new, a lot of new things, a lot of opportunities for savings and opportunities for all those, for those who are going savings that we can have while working overseas. So PBSS is at the Bayanihan Center, 43 Pasir Panjang Road. And you can email us at bayanihancenter@singnet.com.sg or call 6474-3700 for any query. And also again, please like our Facebook, facebook.com/Bayanihan Society SG, and follow us on Instagram, Bayanihan Society SG. And please support us by donating support us by joining Bayanihan Walk this year, the virtual walk that we have been waiting for. So join us, please. Thank you all very much for joining. This is the second Bayanihan Talk webinar this year. And we are preparing for more to share with you. The next webinar will be held on February 18, Thursday. Following our talks on the benefits of SSS and Pag Ibig, we will now have a discussion on OWA benefits, which will be presented by Singapore-based OWA officer, Ms. Zara Zita Reyes. So please join us again on the next Thursday, February 18. This is Minerva Lau, and together with the board and staff of the Philippine Bayanihan Society Singapore, we say thank you for joining us tonight and see you at the next webinar. And again, a happy and prosperous Lunar New Year of the Ox, filled with good health and cheerfulness throughout the year. Keep well, keep safe, good night, and God bless.